Hello, my beautiful warriors of love and light, and welcome to this weekly reading from October 24th to October 30th. So, this, I can't even, I talked to you a lot about the eclipse season coming up, and we are in it this week. Not only is it eclipse season, but it's also a lot of planetary alignments coming in as well, retrogrades, directs, a lot, and I'm going to talk about it to you this week. But this eclipse season can be looked on as like a portal season, where October 25th, the partial solar eclipse opens us up to our true essence, our spiritual connection. And then we get to November 7th, which is like the full moon lunar eclipse, and it sheds that light on what is going to come up this week for us to release. So there's a lot going on, and I don't know how you've been feeling this week. Like I've told some on Instagram, I talked about this, that I feel like I'm shedding my old and moving into the new. I have more energy this week. I still am not 100% understanding everything, but I'm just going with the flow, right? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. So let's talk Scorpio season. The Death card, rebirth, right? In the tarot deck. Scorpio season is the 8th house, which is, you can see here it says mystery, but the 8th house is also, it's about death, change, sex, taxes. Don't ask. So money, right? I guess, and also sexual feelings, like energies, might come up this month. So Scorpio season is October 23rd to the November 22nd. There's a lot of deep healing of wounds that we are going to be going through this season. Fun. And it's a lot going in, I feel like Scorpio season brings up our vulnerabilities. It brings up our intimacy, right? It goes very deep. We go very deep into our relationships. We go very deep into our romantic relationships, or relationships with our friends and our family. It's like a season for us to go in. So now what's happening? Okay, so the sun, I'm going to do what I did on Instagram. The sun goes into Scorpio, right? And it shines the light on that, on all these deep healing that has to be done. Then Venus on the 23rd enters into Scorpio as well. Now Venus is the planet of love and relationships and money. So it's really interesting to me, because Venus is also about self-love. And I've talked about this last week about Venus entering into Scorpio, and this is a very intense, because Scorpio is like going deep into things. So Venus is about us going into our relationships and really uncovering what it is that is holding us back from moving forward, what it is that's holding us back from just moving on, right? Like the same thing I just said that, right? But a lot of people don't want to dive deep into their relationships. They prefer to live on the surface level and just continuously live the life of what is, because it's good for the kids, or it's good for the way, it's okay, but it's not okay. We're not here to be okay. We're here to be amazing, right? We're here to have exactly what we want in our lives. And same way with finances, because Venus rules finances as well. We're heading into that kind of really looking into, are you lacking? Because if you're lacking, that means you're not trusting the process. You're not trusting that God, creator, source, is always providing abundance to you. So there's a lot of this going on, which is really deep. Like, right? And then on the 23rd as well, Saturn goes direct into Aquarius. And this is huge because Saturn is like the old planet and Aquarius is the new, right? Saturn is the old boundaries, the limitations, is the old structures, the old governments, religious institutions, education system, the old ways of doing things. And Aquarius does not follow that at all. It does not follow these rules at all. So it's like we're moving away from an old version into the new version. And I spoke to you about this earlier and also on Instagram, how I've been feeling, I'm actually feeling this right now. I'm feeling this move, this big shift. And it's almost like we cannot we can't control anything. So we just have to allow things to just be and just move us into these things. We're always like looking for answers. We're always looking for, like, we're always questioning ourselves. How, why am I feeling this way? Instead of just allowing it to just be. Like, just allow the movement. We are, Saturn is this programming, the matrix. We cannot be in this anymore. Like, we are in it and we're moving through it, but by 2029 the matrix will have dissolved. Because it cannot survive into the next age of Aquarius. It cannot. It doesn't have any grounds anymore because we're moving out of it. We're like detaching ourselves from the programming. We're reprogramming our bodies and our minds, right? So that's interesting. So this is the 23rd. So the 25th leads us, October 25th leads us into the partial solar lunar eclipse, new moon in Scorpio. Like I talked, eclipses are this, it's almost like, it helps us move into a greater understanding of who our true essence is. But what's interesting about this partial solar and lunar eclipse is that the divine masculine is being activated. We always hear and you always read on social, divine feminine rising, blah, blah, blah. But divine masculine is rising at this moment in time. And it's necessary because they're the action. They're the doers. Right? We are the divine feminine energy. I don't even say we, because we're both. And it's something that we need to like start to come into a better understanding of that as well. Like, I'm a feminine body on the physical, but my soul is masculine. And if you're physically male, then your soul is feminine. So we are one. This is the misconception, the programming again, like separating us, like, oh, rise, womanhood and sisterhood rise, and it's we're both. So what are we doing? We're always living in separation, and we have to move out of that. Just went off into a tangent. Let me get back into this. So eclipses, right, is like the reveal of who you are. It's for me, this partial solar lunar eclipse is actually a mirror coming up for us to see these programmed selves, these shadow selves of ourselves, these like parts of you that you are repressing, these parts of you that you don't want, like these wounded traumas that, like Scorpio season, that you don't want to see, but they're coming up. And this solar eclipse is shining the light on that, whether we like it or not. And this partial solar eclipse, I'm so confused, is conjunct to is in this. No, I don't think it's conjunct. It's in the South Node. The South Node is our. So I had talked about this a long time ago. The nodes is like if you picture a dragon, and the dragon's head is the North Node, and it's what we're moving toward. And the dragon tail is the South Node, is what we're leaving behind. These are past karmas coming up for us in this solar eclipse. So that is what we're dealing with a lot. And the new moon is fresh beginnings, right? The new So we're like shining the light on releasing this old, which is all coming to play here. The eclipse is like bringing in a disrupting our ways of looking at things. It's making us see things differently. It's helping us trust our soul, trust the whole process that we're in. So Scorpio, right? Scorpio, I can show you this one. Scorpio is a water sign, which makes it very emotional, but it's a fixed sign, which is really stable, but which also like speaks of stability, which is interesting. So that we have this stable emotional sign, and the eclipse coming in is like massive change coming, massive ways of looking at different ways of looking at things, changing the way we see things. So that's why I'm saying Scorpio with an eclipse, it is a very tumultuous time because a lot of things are coming up for you, but it's going to be liberating for many of us. But with Venus coming in, there's a lot of love coming in as well. And we have Jupiter on the 28th of October retrograding into Pisces. So Jupiter is our planet of expansion, of abundance, of luck, of happiness. Retrograding into Pisces, Pisces about spirituality, intuition, sensitivity. But Pisces could also be about a little bit like Scorpio. It's a water sign as well, about water, about emotions. So Jupiter coming in is a retrograding into Pisces is like almost a it's like a deepening of our connection to our true self. It's a time, like I've said right now, is to trust the process, trust the plan that you're in, trust your intuition, trust it in a big way. That's what this is. Mercury on the 29th of October enters into Scorpio. Mercury is our planet of communication. Scorpio is our deep healing, right? It's our going really profound insight into things. And for me, these two coming together speaks of communication. Like, be careful how you speak to others at the end of this month. Perhaps you're going to speak to others in a by revealing things that you feel inside that you need to get off your chest. And just be careful of, like, Mercury rules Gemini. Gemini are very spontaneous energies, right? They don't they have like they can't focus on things very well. So just be careful here with how you are explaining yourself to people, how you are talking, communicating. You know, that, like, in Instagram I said it's all about the uncomfortable truth. This is what's coming out here. But you know what? Everything in discomfort is always comfortable in the end, because it actually needed to come out. And a lot of us suppress everything. So, October 30th, the end of this week, is Mars in retrograde. Mars in retrograde, which is review, right? Looking back at things, is going into Gemini. And it's going to stay there for 2.5 months, I believe. And December 7th, I think it's going to be the most potent. And it's going to be in a Gemini full moon. But we'll get there at that time. But for now, Mars in retrograde it's like a huge energy shift for me. Mars is our planet, our warrior planet, our conqueror planet. It's a divine masculine planet, it's an action planet, it's a dual planet. And it's also an anger planet. So a lot of us have a hard time dealing with anger. Anger is one of the emotions that has been the most suppressed in all of humanity. Like a lot of us like hold back our anger because we don't want to upset people, or we don't upset ourselves, or we don't know how to handle anger. And anger is something that needs to come out, and it doesn't have to come out in a like I mean, I don't even know how it has to come out. It has to come out somehow. So that's why I always encourage punching a pillow or a bed or whatever. But you like all the suppressed anger that we have, it translates itself in wars, in natural disasters, because we are the whole, right? We are not just one of us on this journey. We are part of a whole consciousness. So when you suppress the anger, and then it flies out and comes out, it erupts. Like we don't realize how important, not important, but how powerful you are, right? Your suppression of this anger, like, you know, when there's protests, when it has to come out in nature. So it comes out in a volcano, right? Depending on where it is that you're most suppressed. If you look at what's going on in the world, if you look at Russia and Ukraine, that's a lot of suppressed anger over the years and the centuries, and it's trickling out, and it has to trickle out. We can be all of this anger, and I'm not talking like wartime, I'm talking about even personal anger. It has to come out because you're clearing your minds, you're clearing your vessels of all the density. And unfortunately, that's why I keep telling people that we're going to see a lot of destruction on the surface world, because a lot of us are holding in so much of this. And Mars in retrograde is going to bring up a lot of this. Mars in retrograde is coming up and saying, hey, all that repressed anger, all that gossip, lies, manipulation, guilt, whatever you've placed on other people, it's going to come up. And it's going to come up to you. You're going to feel it. And in that moment, when you start to feel something strange, and you start to feel like a moment of anger, or you start to feel guilty, you start to feel one of these like emotions, it's to become aware. Like, catch yourself and like step into awareness right away and say, okay, this must be coming up from something of whatever. You're not gonna sit there and think about it. Well, when was I this and when was I this? You're going to catch it. You're gonna say, okay, and you're going to do. You're going to release yourself, forgive it, and release it out into nature, and release it into the light of God. You know, like I forgive myself, and I'm sorry for what transpired in the past, but I release it into the light of God. Thank you. And it'll be easier to transmute these energies that way. But this is coming up, and it's kind of staying with us until the end of this year. And like I said, with that comes external chaos and destruction, and it needs to happen. It's like we have to stop feeling bad and sorry about what is happening, and stop attaching to the stories and the narratives out there, because it's just your energies that is being displayed out into the open. And remember, if you can, I know it's like I say this, but sometimes me too, I have a hard time like imagining it, but it's all an illusion. It literally is an illusion. It's just a holographic image that we're seeing. You know, your eyes don't really, like, we live in an inverted matrix, so we don't really see what is really happening. So it's like, it's really that's why it's a lot of us are being asked to step into the present moment, step into the now moment. The past is the past, the future, leave it there. Today, just live today, every single day, with this like beautiful Venus coming in, with like a lot of this like Jupiter and Pisces coming in and bringing us like closer to our true essence, and us like moving out of this old energy of Saturn, this old ways of like, the only person, all of this I could just tell you the only person, the only thing that you need to trust is this. Go into your heart, people. Shut off the mind. You're like, it's not that easy. I know. But you can practice by really focusing on the light in your heart, or focusing on however you want to do it, and take those 5 minutes and focus in on that heart. I'm telling you, it changes everything. And every single moment of your day, you just move into this. Move into what's the next, what's next, what's next, right? And focus on one thing at a time. We've been programmed to believe that multitasking is cool and it's so productive, and it's not. Multitasking takes you away from your true essence. Multitasking just spreads out your energy instead of honing in on one task at a time. We are not in a rush. There's no rush to get to somewhere. There's no rush, and I mean, I can go into like a lot more. It's already 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop. I will let you get into your readings. Thank you for listening to this. So I decided to do a free reading this week, just because I feel like it. So I'm going to give you one last chance for a free reading. And then what is going to happen is November and December, you can leave comments. Every time you leave a comment every week, I'll put you in a giveaway for a 2023 annual reading. That's a big one. So let's see who the winner is of today. Kathy Blakely. So send me a question, Kathy, and I will get you an answer. All right. So I will see you in the readings. Thank you for listening here, and I hope these energies, welcome these energies. It's going to be a ride, but this is just the beginning. All right, I love you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Aries. We got the time for romance has come. See it as an opportunity for a radiant life. So in Instagram, I kind of went off and I said something about you being like in romance with yourself, which I feel like that is a lot for a lot of you. But there's also, maybe there is romance coming in. Like, I can't negate that from you guys. I know that in the past few weeks that there has been some up and downs when it comes to your heart, when it comes to romance in your life. So perhaps a new romance is on its way. Perhaps, like I said also on Instagram, is like perhaps you are going, you're finding more self-love within you, more love towards your self instead of always putting it on others. But time for romance has come. I mean, I feel like there's like opportunity coming in for you. Perhaps it's now. I mean, it could also be maybe an old romance, and it's like regenerating into something completely different in you. That could be it too. So let's see what's going on with your cards. We have, in the past moment, we have the Messenger of Air, which is the Knight of Swords, which is a Gemini energy. Let me just look at the present. The Hierophant, which is a Taurus energy. Your challenge, your future, the root, what's coming, and your advice. So the Knight of Swords in the past energy is an impulsive energy. It's like he's the knight in the tarot that is the most like active. Like he's actually courageous, and he moves and he just goes with things. So maybe some of you were like this in the past. You were more spontaneous about things. You were more aggressive, assertive, perhaps. Well, we're talking about love, I guess, now, because that's what the overall energy is. So maybe you were like this. You probably were the instigators in your relationships, And even if you're single here watching this, it could be like in your past, or even your how you are with friends or family, or like relationships don't always have to be romance, right? So there's this feeling here of your of how you approach things before. And now you're at the Hierophant energy, which is really interesting. The Hierophant energy here, she's like a badass, but the Hierophant energy is usually a bishop energy in the original Rider-Waite Tarot, which is very traditional, like follows the rules kind of thing. But as you can see in this one, she doesn't look like she's follower of the rules. But it's also Taurus, which is more stable, right? More grounded. So for me, I feel like you are perhaps with your life right now, where you were once impulsive, where you were once more assertive in certain situations of your life, whether they're relationships, whether whatever work or whatever have you, you're finding yourself more firm, like more stable, like you're stabilizing yourself, maybe in a relationship, right? Maybe you're putting down your roots. But your challenge is the 9 of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy, which is really interesting. Because we have air, earth, and fire. So this is you, your brother or sister, Sagittarius, which is that fire inside you. Oh, I love it already. It's so interesting. You're trying so hard to get grounded and get like and try to really go back to your roots, kind of thing. You're trying to go back, but the fire that's inside you, that impulsive, that spontaneous, that kind of fire is like, is it really what I want to do? Like, do I really just want to like lead a set life, like a normal life kind of thing? Or do I like, there's a part of you that is trying to, I think a lot of you are trying to figure out where you are right now. That's what I'm thinking here. Do I like go back to or not go back, because I don't know if you were ever there, but do I live a life of a normal relationship, a normal, like whatever, right? Like a normal friendship, a normal, or do I stand in this like truth or power of mine, and I allow things to flow as they flow? Like, I don't know, I think a lot of you are challenged a little bit about this instead of more this, right? Let's just see what's going on. The root of it is the 2 of Cups, which is the soulmate energy. So when I see the root as your soulmate energy, or just like lover's energy or a relationship energy, we go back to this card. So a lot of you in relationships right now are feeling destabilized, or are or even if you're single and you just moved out of a relationship, or you're single for a long time, there's like a little part of you that wants to live that life, that, I don't know what that life is anyways, that normal life of like the house, the children or not, or you know, like the routine kind of life, and your soul maybe is fighting against it and saying, is that who you really are? Like, if you really want to go and travel the world, and if you really want to go and move here, or if you really want to go and explore life or whatever, you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back, which she's doing here, to people please, to keep the calm, to keep everyone else happy around you, instead of actually doing what it is that you really want to do. What's coming is amazing, the priestess, the high priestess. This is listening to your heart, listening to your third eye, or your intuition, not your ego. Your ego wants you to stay in this relationship, wants you to stay in this routine, stable life. The eat, work, play, repeat kind of thing, like a schedule. And your inner fire and that's high priestess is like, Aries, are you sure this is what you want? Aries, is this really, is this kind of life really cut out for you? Ultimately, you do want, ultimately you do want a relationship and you do want to meet that soulmate of yours, but why does it have to be boring, right? Or it doesn't have to be boring because I'm a Taurus, like we're boring, right? But why does it have to be very set in place? Why does it have to be a certain way? There's a little fire that's lit up inside you. And it's like, yeah, okay, new romance, no problem. But it has to align with me. It has to align with my soul and my heart. No more aligning with my ego, and no more me aligning with that person because that's what they want, kind of thing, instead of what I really want. Boom. In the future, we have the Queen of Swords. So how interesting. In your past, you have the Knight of Swords energy, which is this impulsive energy. And the Queen of Swords, I like it. The court cards, the Page of Swords is like this new energy coming in, and the Knight of Swords is like, okay, let's go and take this energy and move with the plan. And the Queen of Swords is more, okay, so now that you've jumped into this, now let's look at this really clearly and intuitively. Let's really look at this situation and let's cut out the bullshit. Let's cut out the things that are not authentically you. Let's get to the core of who you really are. Queen of Swords is Libra energy, like a justice energy. It's like we can find the balance of things, but the Queen of Swords is above and beyond balance because she's really about herself. She's usually depicted as a widow, right? Someone who has done all the things and now she's on her own, independent. So there's this feeling here of you, maybe a lot of you want to follow the status quo in the relationship sector or in relationships in general, friends and family, what have you, colleagues, what have you. But there's a bigger part of you that is wanting to set yourself free, that's wanting to yes, find the one, yes, find someone to be compatible with you, but not at the cost of your freedom, not at the cost of your independence, not at the cost of your authentic self. And that's what I'm seeing here. A lot of you having to break free from the norm. And it's a little bit challenging for you. I almost feel like some of you are in relationships and having a hard time leaving those relationships because that's what you should be doing, and you've been together this long and this is what it is, and you have a child together, or you whatever, there's all the circumstances here, and there's a part of you that's like, I need to go. And you know what, I keep telling you guys, you need to listen to that part because it's gonna be recurring. It's gonna keep coming back more and more. If you don't listen to that little part, even if that little part says stay, then you listen, stay, right? But if that part is telling you to go, you need to go. Or you stay and you do the loop again. And that's what all this journey is all about. It's up looping and looping until we figure it out and we cut the loop. Like we untie the knot and we go on to the path. And the Queen of Swords, I love her being here, because for me it's like I mean, the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess, you can't get two badasses more than this, right? And there's like this owl here. Owl is wisdom. It's not knowledge, right? The knowledge is what we learn in books and movies and bullshit. Wisdom is your heart. Listen to that, to the wise owl within you. Listen to this third eye. Listen to you, that you're being called to attention, Aries. You're being called to attention. The advice card is the Page of Pentacles, which is really interesting because the page is that earth energy. But the Page of Pentacles, look at him, he's like a fairy, or yeah, an angel. To me it looks like a fairy. And in the woods, you know, it's time to explore. It's time to move into this new opportunity that is coming your way. There is one coming your way, and a lot of you are holding back to stick to the comfort zone, stick to what you know. Even though your brother or sister Sagittarius is like, hey, yo, is it really what you want to do? And the Page of Pentacles is like, not really. It's time to go on that adventure. It's time to make that move. Go into the forest if you have to. I mean, time to like step onto that new path of yours. That's what's waiting for you. This is a beautiful energy. And I like the Page of Pentacles because the Pentacles, Earth, is not like an immediate now. Pentacles are years. So it's like for the next few years to come, you are entering into something completely new, like a completely new adventure. Are you ready to take the reins of that? Or do you want to stay in the status quo? I never know how these things are going to show up, but I love it. And I hope this resonated with you. If not, check your rising and your moon for other messages. And that's it. If you haven't listened to my intro, I'm giving away a 2023 annual reading at the end of December. So if you leave a comment below, you'll be entered into the giveaway every single week that you leave a comment. All right. I love you guys. I will see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Taurus. So we got lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. And it's an 18 card. I didn't notice that. And that's 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 is the end of a journey, beginning of something new. This card came at like an opportune time for me as a Taurus. Like, it's like letting go of the past. A lot of us are moving into a new energy, like releasing all the old stories. And this is kind of what this is. It's like some of you are remaining in the old story, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a mother, father, brother, sister, daughter, son, whatever relationship. I'm talking about all relationships. Stuck in an old money story, like you have to make this money, Taurus I'm talking here, because then I can't live my life of riches and whatever. Or your old stories of education, or old stories of whatever the old story is for you. You're putting your attention there. You're attaching yourself to these stories. And when we attach to these stories, we lose ourselves in that old energy. And it's like it gets harder and harder to move into a new energy. And the new energy is asking us not to attach to anything, old past or future, to live in the now. So let's see what's going on this week for you. In your past, we have the King of Cups, which is Scorpio, which is the energy of, this is the Scorpio season, which I'll talk about this. The present is the Two of Cups, which is soulmate energy, romance. We have the challenge, the future, the root, what's coming, and the advice. The fact that the King of Water shows up, the King of Cups, is an energy of spiritual connection. It's a father energy, an older, like a grandfather energy, or a husband, or like a man, a mentor in your life. Someone you've looked up to at a spiritual level, perhaps. Someone who you looked up to in a loving way. The King of Cups is a very loving, nurturing king. Also, it's your connection to the source, connection to God, creator, however you want to see it. It could also be a man in your life, a father, mother, like a father, father, grandfather, whatever I've said, that was really important in your life. Very significant, and who's passed on. It could be that, and that's why you're holding on to. You're holding on to their energy. I mean, it could be female at this point, because now I'm seeing it in a different way. Like, so some of us might be holding on to different people that have, like, we were very close to in our past, and we're having a hard time letting them go. And by letting them go doesn't mean like rejecting them, or like when we detach from people, it's just that we detach the emotional attachments, I guess, that we have on these people, but knowing that they're always here around us, right? Like every single person who has passed on in your life is currently right next to you, helping you, guiding you along on this journey. And at one point you will see them again, because once the veil drops completely and the illusion is dropped, everything will be seen, will be shown. But right now we are living in an inverted sight matrix. So the King of Cups to me speaks of, it feels very much that. It could also be with the Two of Cups here in the present, could be someone that you connected with on a spiritual level, as a partnership. Who could be right now in your life as your partner, or you're thinking about this person. There's a lot of that. I feel like there's a presence here. I don't know. I feel like there's a presence of. I really feel like it's a father energy showing up for some of you, or grandfather energy. And let's just see the challenge so I can better understand what's going on. The challenge is the world. This is the 19, is the end of the journey, and the world is like the end of a journey and the beginning of a new journey. So when I see the world and the Two of Cups show up here, for me it feels like some of you are either at the end of a journey when it comes to your romantic relationship, or you're at the beginning of a new journey with this relationship. So it's like an either or. I know that it's like, it's hard, like I don't want to stick to just one way of looking at things either, because there could be different reasons here. So why would the King of Cups show up here? Perhaps this male figure in your life, this mentor in your life, has is a reason why maybe some of you cannot leave this relationship, because you feel like you are bound to your relationship because of this person. This person perhaps was alive when you were together, right? And a big part of you is like, I cannot leave because I can disappoint this person, kind of thing. Or it could be that this person is, I mean, there's so many things to look at here. Like I could just take these three and look like that. I don't even need the extras here, because there's a lot of scenarios here, because we're talking about the past, you living in the past. And with this Two of Cups, I feel like some of you might be living in a past energy with your partners, because the world card showing up is like you needing to start something completely new. You're needing to move into a new way of living. Or some of you need to move to a new country or city, or move into a new home. Like there's this feeling, the world feels like that. That feels like you can't, it's not, whether you are in a really good relationship right now or a rocky one, you both need to make a change. There's this feeling of, a lot of you are attaching to an old energy, this King of Cups energy here, holding on to what was and how you were, even spiritually, perhaps, in a past way, and you're holding on tight, and you don't want to move into this new energy, and the world is like, you need to, like, whatever it means for you. It's either like, do that thing that is calling you, do it, like step into that new journey right now, like in the next week or the next month, whatever, but it's like calling your name. A lot of you are stuck in this partnership, this friendship, this soul contract, right? It's asking you to make that move, whether it's, like I said, whether it's moving a home, traveling, changing it up, changing the partner, like actually making a massive shift, which is exactly the partial solar eclipse new moon in Scorpio is asking us for a massive shift. All of this week is actually all about change. You are struggling with that, and I think you've known it for a long time, and you're not sure how to move along. So in the root of it is the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords, as you can see, she's like luxury in a spa bath or whatever, and there's like lights coming out of her, and it's peace. That's what you're looking for. You're at it's like, I feel like some of you are tired of always struggling or always fighting against yourselves, fighting with the past, fighting with, well, this was this. Look, the light here. Okay, this is how it was. This is like, it used to be this way. We used to be happy. We did this. We were really good as a family unit. We like it, like the we were, was, could have, should have, whatever, and that's what's holding you back. And all you really want, Taurus, is just to find peace of mind, to be able to roll in relationships, not have to work at things. That is what I'm seeing here for you guys. And what's coming in the future is the King of Wands, which is the Leo energy. Now, the King of Wands energy is almost an interesting energy, because the King of Wands is very not a King of Pentacles, which is a Taurus energy, right? It's a very impulsive energy. It's very a do energy, like a go-getter energy, very like outgoing, whatever, what have you. It's like is actually being impulsive when it comes to this change. So King of Wands showing up to me, either you're going to have someone helping you. It could be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It could be just like, when I see kings, I usually think male. They could be a male, could be female, whatever. But then again, like if you listen to my intro, we are both men and women. So it's like we're female on the physical, and inside our soul is male. So whatever this is, it could be an energy coming in that's helping you push through this little this massive shift that is like waiting in the bounds. It's been waiting for you for the longest time. I almost feel like this world is like, this is the end of the fool's journey. This is it. You're at that end of this loop or this path in your life. It's time to make that change, and that change is, it's like such a massive shift that you'll be surprised at how calming it will make you feel, because it's been like in the works for a long, long time. And in the future, oh my God, that's freaking amazing, is the Fool card. The challenge is the end of the journey, and the future is the beginning of the journey. So it's like, wow, man, this is amazing. I love it. This is like you, this is it, Taurus. You're being asked to leave behind this, your past. Leave behind whatever you're holding on to for dear life. Even it could also be you're holding on to these people who have passed on, because they haven't passed on. That just their physical best has left them, but they're here energetically with you. So let go of those attachments, because they're here, right? And let go of what was, and how you used to be as a couple, or how you used to be as friends, or how you used to be as a mother-daughter, father-daughter, son, whatever. That's all the past. And now we're moving into a new. We are moving into a new. The Fool is asking us to just let it go. Accept the help from this like fire energy coming in. Accept the help from, or get that energy of the King of Wands, which is like just making the move, not thinking about it, none of that. Living in the now and just moving on it. The advice is the Four of Swords. Interesting. The root and the advice are the same thing. I kind of like this reading a lot, because the Four of Swords speaks of peace, serenity, like calm. So this is like massive right now, what I see in the cards here for you, Taurus. I mean, I'm going to repeat myself over and over again, but it's like really releasing your past. All of it. Like coming to terms with whatever happened, and stop living there at all costs. It's done. It's over. And nobody's going to come back because they're all here, right? There's no reason for us to hold on to how we acted, feel guilty about things, whatever. Forgive yourself. Release it. Mars in retrograde is coming up. It's going to bring up a lot of that. So we're going to just have to be releasing, forgiving, releasing all month long until the end of the year. But do it. But you are truly feel like here you are being asked to move into a new level. With your romantic, with your friends, with your family, with whoever, with yourself. There's this shift, this massive shift coming in for you, and it's time to make the move. The Fool. And in making this move, even though you feel like conflicted by it, it's the best thing. Four of Swords here is showing that it's all peace of mind that is coming for you, my beautiful Taurus. This is amazing. All right. So I have like really like I have an energy here that's very strong, and it's a male energy. Anyways, if this resonates with you, like they're like just saying that, like basically like to continue, like to start to trust. That's what they're saying. To just trust yourself. Don't do for others, do for you. That's a good one. All right. So, and they love you very deeply. So they're all around you. You just reach out to them and talk to them because they're there. All right, my beautiful Taurus, I love you. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, I'm giving away a 2023 annual reading at the end of December. So every week that you leave a message, it goes into the giveaway. So I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Gemini. Live in this world as a dreamer. Create a future paradise. when I saw this card, I was like, boom, Gemini, right? Like, you are dreamers. And I actually kind of like this a lot, because we live in this programmed matrix world where we've always believed, we've always been like shot down by our teachers and by everybody, that daydreaming is just going into la la land. But daydreaming to me is us living in our parallel realities, because right, past, present, future is all simultaneous. We're all living in all of these lives and all these like dimensions that we are. There's 12 density dimensions that are collapsing into one vessel. So we're living throughout all these dimensions, and this to me speaks of that. It's like if you are like at one point in the day and you're daydreaming about something like another lifetime or what have you, pay attention to that, because there's messages, and there's a reason. A reason is showing up in your mind, right? There's a reason it's there, because it's trying to show you something, or guide you in a certain way, or guide you on a path. We tend to just like, oh, I'm just daydreaming about whatever, right? Of me as like Anne Boleyn and like the whatever, right? So like, it's not. It's really here for you. We're all walking through our Akashic records right now as we speak. Most of us have been closed. Some of us are still walking through these records. So pay attention. I feel like create a future paradise. I don't believe that we need to for me, the future is right now. This is what we need to pay attention to. So I love this little dreamy thing here. Well, let's see what's going on this week for you. We have the 8 of Earth in the past. So that 8 of Earth is an energy of work, right? It's an energy of school or work, what have you, but it's being studious or spending a lot of time at your job, in your career, or studying up on something, researching. I can speak. 8 of Earth. That's your past. Maybe some of you have launched into a new job or a new schooling or what have you. The current energy is the King of Air, which is the King of Swords, which is an Aquarius energy. And then we have the challenge, the future, the root, what's coming, and the advice. The King of Swords, interesting. So the King of Swords could be a lot of things. The King of Swords is Aquarius. Aquarians are rebels, the revolutionaries. King of Swords is someone who doesn't follow the rules, doesn't care about other people. I almost feel like this dreamer thing is really interesting. It's almost like I feel like a lot of you are actually getting premonitions, or not premonitions, but actually getting these messages are flowing in, Gemini, and you're not paying attention, and the king is like, yo, pay attention, because it means something. For me here with the 8 of Earth and King of Air, feels like maybe some of you are either in a process of getting a promotion, in a negotiation period here, or of a home perhaps. You're selling, buying a home. There's a feeling here, a divorce. It could be divorce, a separation, also that in the works, was in the works, and now it's like coming to fruition. Like the King of Swords speaks of that as well, like of legalities, jail. I don't know why that came to me. Prison, something. So I don't know. Maybe if one of your loved ones is in prison, there's something here. Who may have robbed. I don't know why I get that. I just got that. Okay. So, and the challenge is the 6 of Swords. That's so interesting to me, because now I'm like, perhaps I got that message. I have to listen to these messages, right? From this person who stole something at a workplace, who was in jail, and now they're getting out, perhaps, and you're challenged by that. That's obviously one person or a few people out of you. I don't know. But there's here a feeling here of releasing yourselves from the past energy when it comes to, perhaps some of you are in jobs that you've been in for a long time, and the King of Swords is coming here with the Six of Swords and saying maybe it's time that you make that final move. Maybe you make an initial move, right? Just get out of it. Perhaps you are being asked to step into something completely new, a new home, a new life. I just feel like there's a lot of you wanting to leave something. So I'm like saying it's a job because I see the Eight of Pentacles, or maybe you want to change your course of studies. Maybe you want to, like I said, move, or I mean, there's a violin here, so it could be music. Maybe some of you are musicians watching this. I don't know. There's just a feeling here of a change that is ailing you. It's needing to be done. And the King of Swords is like, okay, and then you need to like move on it. The root of it is the Six of Wands, which is victory and success. So what does that mean? It means to me that a lot of you are ready to make a move, and you know you're going to be successful at it. You're like, it's there, it's in the root of it. But the Six of Swords is a challenge, so it's like in reverse. So you're having a hard time making this move. You're it's very interesting to me, because that means that you're not listening to your message, the messages that are coming through. And meanwhile, for what I see here is that your move will be the best thing ever. If you have Taurus inside you, Taurus has something similar like this. There's a inside you in your birth chart. Let's see what's coming so I can understand. The Knight of Pentacles. What's coming is the Knight of Pentacles, which is money, you know, stability, a new life is like settling in for you, but you are holding on, I feel, to an old energy as well, as Taurus is. And meanwhile, there's this beautiful energy at the root of it. This is victory. This is like leadership, like nothing to worry about. And yet you're holding on. It's almost like you're afraid of making this move. You're afraid of, you're not trusting yourself, basically. And you almost think that you're dreaming, you're in la la land, and you like, but you're not in la la land. So listen to your la la land. I really feel like your la la land is coming to you with like massive messaging here. You're being like pulled in or pushed into a next big massive shift. With the King of Air, the King of Swords, and it's like a Aquarius, so it's your sister brother sign, right? It's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. These are all here, and the Six of Swords is Aquarius as well. So there's this feeling of you pushing and pulling. You're not sure what to do, which is so interesting. Let's look at the future. The future is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is nostalgia. It's like childhood, or it's like holding on to your past. So what I see here is a lot of you having a really interesting like pull and push and pull kind of situation in your life right now. You're trying to make a move, whether it's your job, whether it's your studies, whether it's a relationship, whether it's moving, whether it's a musical career, whether it's like anything to do with legal. You're whether you want to sell a house, buy a house, or something holding you back from doing this, and it's something that is very rigid to me. That's like you're in your mind, like you're in your ego, Gemini, and you're holding on to it like, oh no, I cannot go because I don't have money, or I can't go because cancel, clear, delete. I can't go because like I can't. I don't know how we're gonna go, and like how who's gonna love me again? Who's gonna do, like there's just all this like chatter in your brain. And here all I see is if you do make that move, your success is guaranteed. That money is coming to you in an abundant way. It could come slowly, but you have to wait for it. But trust it and allow it to come in. And a lot of you are a little bit stuck in the past. You're stuck on how it was before and how, like, it's time to move forward, Gemini. It's time to let's see what your advice is. Wow, the 9 of Swords is your advice. So if you remember, if you know tarot, if you remember this card, 9 of Swords is usually like she's on her bed and she has like, there's like swords everywhere, and she's an insomniac, or she's like anxious, she's stressed. But in this card, the Good Tarot, it's like it's time to spread your wings, my beautiful Gemini, and to release yourself from all this anxiety, this stress, this manipulation, this greed, this whatever it is that's holding you in this place right now. You are holding yourself back in a past energy because it was great at one point. It was like your job was amazing, like or when you got it, you loved it, it was so passionate about it. But right now you're like, or your studies, or your relationship with your partner, or your family life, or there's just something that is like, I don't know what is holding you back, but you're doing this to yourself. It's time to break free. That is the message of the week for you, Gemini. It's time to break free. There's a hold on you that is far greater than you. It's like a mind control, like a programming that you might not even be aware of, and maybe this could like wake something up in you, but you're holding on to an old way of doing things, and it's not working. So it needs a change. It's time for the change. And you're gonna feel this a little bit more. I think you're gonna feel this week with all this Scorpio energy. There's like retrogrades happening this week. There's going to be some like a aha moment. And Mars retrograde is going into Gemini this week. So yeah, you will start to feel like this need to act and to speak and to communicate. So it's time. So whatever that is for you, it's time that you do that. and open the dream time. The messages are there for you. All right, my beautiful Gemini, I hope this resonated with you. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. Also, I'm giving away a 2023 annual reading at the end of December. So every week, just leave a comment and I will enter you into the giveaway every single week. All right, I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Cancer. We got the lotus within you awakes. You are a master in light on high. So this is like a very intense card. The lotus within you awakes. The lotus for us, if we on the spiritual path, we know this as the lotus has multiple petals, and each petal is like a petal of your life, or a petal of your density, or of your emotions that you need to walk through, right? And like 144 petals we have to walk through, whether it's a relationship, whether it's anger as an emotion, whether it's forgiveness, whatever. It's all these petals that are like being presented to us in our lives, and we are walking through these petals to get to the whole. So this is showing up here to me. Perhaps some of you are newly on this journey, and this awakening within you. Perhaps you're on this journey and you've like lost your way a bit, and it's asking you to like focus again. There's a lot of things here. So there's koi. Kois are very important fish for luck and abundance. So let's just see what's going on here. Yeah, your past energy is the Tower energy. The Tower energy is an energy of chaos, of like a lot of change in your life, a lot of turmoil, movement. Let's see what's going on. It's interesting because this is Scorpio, which is Scorpio season right now. Also Mars, which Mars is going retrograde, so very interesting. So the present is Strength card. Gorgeous. We have a challenge, we have a future, root, what's coming, and the advice. What I see very interesting here, notice the numbers. In the present, it's the 8, and in the past, it's 16. So 16 divided by 2 is 8, or 8 times 2, 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. So it's like almost, I feel like some of you might have been hit with some detours in your life, or maybe you had to like make a drastic move, a shift in your life, sell a house, buy a house, or like something. Could be financial, could be in a relationship, could be something that's very significant in your life. It's like very like a lot of motion here. I feel like there's something that blew up in your face, something that you walked off into a different, like a detour is what I see. I'm feeling something has happened in your past, right? Something in the past few months or whatever, that or years, could be someone passed away in your life, someone like a little bit of discomfort has happened in your life, and now you find yourself in a mode of like a lion mode, like brave and courageous, and you're moving forward, and you're standing up, and you're being proactive. This is a Leo energy. Scorpio energy is more like deep wounding, right? Healing, like the vulnerabilities, going deep inside. And here you're at the fire Leo sign, where it's like, okay, I'm going to take the bull by the horns kind of thing, and I'm going to move forward on this. So the challenge is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups, she's in like a martini glass. If you look at it, there's also faces, but here is like a shape of a martini glass or cocktail glass, and she's like, the Four of Cups could be like hangover, which is very interesting, or it could be that you're bored with your life, you're not, you feel like you're stuck a little bit, and you're trying to put on a brave face. You're trying to put on it's okay, everything's okay, I'm fine, whatever happened here, I can move through it kind of things. And a little part of you is really not feeling that. So the Four of Cups is a Cancer card, which is very interesting. So it's like almost you're battling with yourself right now. You've been through a little bit of a rough patch. You're trying to put a brave face, and the Four of Cups is like, why you gotta put on a brave face? Why can't you just be honest about how you're feeling? It's okay that you're feeling like bad, and it's okay that you're like stuck. It's okay that you're feeling this way, right? Kind of thing. And the root of it is the 9 of materials, which is financial independence, which is the freedom to live the way you want to live in your life. So a lot of this is about, interesting, it's about money. A lot of this is how you're feeling right now. Maybe you're going through the pedal of finances, for some of you, right? Doesn't have to be everybody. Maybe some of you had a bad relationship with money before, and now you're trying to work your way through it. You're trying to better understand how to keep it flowing, and how to trust that Creator, God, Source is providing for you every single day, and to keep moving forward on that. Some of you have lost faith a little bit. Not all of you, obviously. Not everyone's in the same situation. So I feel like it doesn't have to only be about financial, but because the 9 of materials is showing up, that for me is financial dependence. Some of you feel like your finances have made a little bit of a turn, and you're trying to figure out your way how to keep it. The King of Swords shows up, which is Aquarius energy. How to keep it flowing, how to keep it how to keep it flowing, because I feel like the only thing that's in your way is you. Again, it's always, I talk about the same things, but I really feel like it's the same thing. You're not trusting the process. And the King of Swords is like you're in your head. Air energy is Swords energy, is mental. You're too much thinking. Oh, but how, why, where, what happened, why did this happen, how can I keep it going? Like it's just like you're thinking too much, and you're needing to just let it go. Because the future is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is like, enough with the thinking, enough with like trying to understand why you're in this predicament, or why this happened before, or why this is happening now, or what. Like, stop thinking about it and just trust that at the root of it, your financial independence is yours. Like, you have it. It's with you. What's coming is the King of Swords, who's going to perhaps give you or show you a different way of attracting abundance in your life, or a different way of attracting love in your life, or a different way of attracting whatever it is that's holding you in this like standstill here. What's keeping you at the bar and drinking, right? What's keeping you like from facing up to what it is, like what was this issue that like brought you down, that made you feel like unworthy, or made you feel like you couldn't move forward. Here, what I see here is that you are being handed by God, Creator, Source, the tools. Like, you have it. It's like, trust it within you. The High Priestess is here. It's like, it's all inside you. The petals are there. There's like, it's time to trust what gets laid in front of you in this moment, not what happened before. Someone left you, someone, whatever, like whatever happened in that moment, it's over. It's the past. Tower moment gone. Now we are in strength mode. Now it's to get back that strength. Remember that we are fully abundant. Remember that we have a lot of good people around us with the King of Swords. They're helping us see things differently, with different eyes. The future is the High Priestess. It's going into your heart, going into your third eye. Just listening in the now moment. Not in the yesterday, not into tomorrow, into the now. You are being asked to like trust. because the future is the Justice, which is like the King of Swords energy as well. It's a Libra. This is Aquarius, but a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. They're all air signs. This feeling of you having to, you know, the justice is about finding the balance between your life, like your finances, your home, your school, whatever, your work, your life in general. The fact that she's showing up here to me very, like with the High Priestess here, speaks like clearly to me that some of you are being hard on yourselves. You're whatever obstacle it was in the past, you're holding on and you're attaching yourself to that energy, and it's time to really trust in what's coming your way. Because for me, Justice card also speaks of perhaps some of you are waiting for a loan approval. Some of you are waiting for a judgment of sorts to go in your favor. Whatever it is feels really good to me here with the Justice card as your advice. So stop thinking so much, and stop thinking about how and why and where you're gonna get the money, what you're gonna do, or not money. It doesn't matter where it's gonna happen. Just trust that it's all the petals of the flowers will continuously grow, or they'll wilt, because you keep thinking. Like, stop thinking so much and move into this knowing place of knowing. These are all like places of knowing. The King of Swords, the Justice, the High Priestess is knowing that you're on the right path, that you're where you're supposed to be. I hope this reading like found you and resonated with you. If not, check your rising in your rising in your moon. And also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway in 2023 for at the end of this year. If you enter comments in YouTube every week, I will put you in the giveaway every week, so you have more chances. All right, I love you, and I'll see you next week. Hello, my beautiful Leo. We got, you are caught up in drama. Act to free yourself, change, and blossom again. So what is this drama we are talking about, my beautiful Leos? So the drama could be anything, right, in your life. I don't know what it is. It could be you caught up in your own self. It could be you caught up in a love triangle. It could be a relationship issues, work, studies, what have you. Family. I mean, that's the best drama around, right? But let's see what's going on here. There's so much drama going on. There's all these jellyfish. It's very interesting. There's so much drama going on these days that, yeah, it's easy to get caught up in it. But drama just keeps you attached to situations, people, places, whatever. And the goal is to detach. So let's see what's happening for you. We got, is this upside down? Okay. We got the Two of Swords in the past energy. The Two of Swords energy is this energy of being between two things, right? Being between two drama events, perhaps. Maybe some of you are in drama now because you had to make a choice that didn't resonate with the other party. Perhaps that's where you are right now, because the Two of Swords is that energy of like making a choice, picking a path, whatever, picking a path on the crossroads of life. And maybe some of you didn't, I mean, you chose the one for you, and it's like maybe pissed off or made others uncomfortable around you. So let's see what's just going on here. The Queen of Pentacles. It's a Capricorn energy. We have the challenge, the future, the root, what's coming, and the advice. The Queen of Pentacles, maybe you pissed off a mother in your life, or a female in your life, because the Queen of Pentacles, this strong lady, very nurturing, very it could be business related as well, like maybe a boss or a colleague. It feels to me like definitely, like I'm feeling there's there's like a decision that was made that affected this female person in your life. So let's see the challenge so we can better understand this. The Six of Materials. So the Six of Materials speaks of giving, receiving money. So there is a money, perhaps an issue. It is a drama. Perhaps you have asked to lend money from your a friend of yours, a mother, a grandmother, whatever, your sister, aunt, whatever. Or you have lent out money to them, or there's a feeling of exchange of monies that has affected, that's causing this. And maybe it's not only monies, it could just be advice, unwanted advice. It could be you giving your energy to someone, you taking someone's energy. You know, there's that give and take here that's showing up. I don't know why I'm feeling this, Leo, but I do feel like there is a kind of like Gemini had it, like a push and pull here, like a tug of war. And like I said, it could be with like a female in your life, but it could be with a man too. But there's that feeling here. There's like, and it's over money, like finances. That's what I really feel like. That's where it is at. The challenge comes up as finances, so that's where I'm going to put my focus on. And at the root of it is the King of Cups, which is Scorpio energy. And if we look at Scorpio energy, it's all about change. It's all about taxes. It's all about, could be about sex. But it's about like deep wounds. So maybe some of you, like maybe finances is like a deeper wound than it is. Like it's a deeper wound for you. Like it's something that has followed you throughout this lifetime. Something that like you've lived in lack and then lived in abundance, and then you've gone back down because you've changed your mindset. With the King showing up, could be like a father figure in your life that has perhaps been the one to help you out, to support you. And maybe you're having a problem with a female right now in your life. So like I'm using that. It could be a father mother like situation, but again, it could be any relations. It could be whatever man or female is in your life right now. The King of Cups to me is like a healing energy. It's like a person who's very loving. That's why I would say father, grandfather, brother, that kind of, or good friend of yours. You may have been taken advantage of, perhaps, when it comes to money. Maybe money has, like, you know, a lot of us have all lived in these kinds of stories here on this earth. So there is definitely some of us that have maybe too generous with people, and perhaps it's because your father was too generous, or your friends were, you know, like there's people around you that were like that, and that's what you learned, kind of thing. That's what you think you learned, but it's all programming, right? So here we are finding ourselves in a situation where you have given money to someone, you have lent money to someone, you have given your energy, you've lent your, and you know, you've given your energy to someone, and they're like taking advantage of you. So I don't know if this is, it looks, again, this feels very specific. So I'm sorry, Leos, if this is not resonating with you. You can always check your rising and your moon, but it feels very, that is the energy I'm getting here. And it was like, it was not an easy situation. It's not only you lending, you could be taking money as well from somebody, but it's uncomfortable for you. What's coming is the Emperor. The Emperor energy to me is a controlling energy. It could be a government energy, like it could be a institution. It's almost like you've borrowed money from someone, and now the government, like you're being given interest, like a higher interest rate on your lending, or I don't know, something this way. There's a feeling here of, it's a very uncomfortable feeling for me. I feel like you are, either like money's supposed to come to you, perhaps an inheritance, perhaps in an estate or something. Money, there's like money stuck somewhere. That's what I feel. And it's like family related or friend related, or very personal, with the mother father figures here showing up. And what's coming with the Emperor is like either it's going to be released to you, or it's going to be held up, because the Emperor does that, right? Holds it up for you. So like, let me look at the future card and I can give you advice after that. Wow, the future is very nice. So, because I was going to say you have to maybe be careful with the money, like how, or whatever the situation is at hand right now, whatever it is that you've lent or borrowed or what it is. The 10 of Earth comes in, the 10 of Pentacles is money coming in. From an inheritance, from a legacy, from an estate, from an outside source that's going to come in and help you, maybe a lottery win, whatever it is, whatever is being tied up right now, whatever the drama is when it comes to this situation. A 10 of Earth speaks of family, like speaks of a reunion of sorts. It speaks of abundance. It speaks of things coming your way. Maybe it's been a bit tough for you, Leo, financially, and it's been like some of you might be living with your parents, living with your brothers or sisters, whatever, living like, I feel like your arrangement right now, it feels very uncomfortable to me. So it could be with your partner, your relationship, whatever, but still, like, there's this, like, maybe things haven't been working out for you in your job or whatever, and things are a bit tight, and it's okay, right? There's just this push and pull, and I think it's like like stems from childhood, probably, with money. Maybe not childhood, but like young adulthood. And the future speaks of great abundance coming your way. So I like that. And the Aries, the advice is the 6 of Swords, which is gorgeous, because money comes your way in the future whenever whenever it's right for you. It's coming your way. And the 6 of Swords advice is like, as soon as that comes in, it's time to get on that boat and sail away. So it's time to make a move. Maybe you need to move to a new city. Maybe you need to move your home. Maybe you need to move out of the situation that you're in that's uncomfortable here. Maybe it's time to set sail on a new job, a new, like, studies, whatever it is for you. But there's this big change coming to you after all this drama here. It's very uncomfortable. Like, I have to tell you, I don't feel comfortable with this at all. I feel like there is a lot of like someone holding on to you, someone playing with you almost with this 2 of Swords. and it has to do with money, and has to do with like could also be with your emotions or whatever. But they feel controlling to me. But the future is like yours. So as you're maneuvering and navigating through this, Leo, remember to trust the heart and go into your heart and go into your soul and forgive, release all these people around you. Greatness is coming towards you. It's really nice, actually. It feels really good because this part doesn't. So if whatever you're going through, Leo, right now, know that you're not alone in this, that we're all working together on this, and it's best to release all this repressed anger and emotions that you're feeling inside and release these people, these attachments. You don't need to have these around you anymore. It's time to make a move. It's coming. All right, I hope this resonated. If not, check your rising and your moon. Also, if you put your comments down below, you'll be entered into a giveaway that I'm giving away 2023 annual reading at the end of December. All right, I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Virgo. We got the flames of desire. Let them shine out in radiant light and shun dark paths. So it feels very sensual to me, this card. I mean, some of you could be embarking in very sensual relationships. Some of you are in already one. There's just this feeling of you walking into a path of intensity, like intense love, intense passion, intense. It could be really good for you. It could be really detrimental to you. So I want to see what it really means, because she looks like devious a little bit. So I want to see what's going on. In your past position, we have the Lovers card. So in your past position, we have Lovers. In your present position, we have the Knight of Fire, which is the Knight of Wands, which is an interesting card to me. We have your challenge, your future, what's at the root, what's coming, and your advice. So it's very interesting to me because the past energy is Lovers. So perhaps you had started a relationship with someone, perhaps you were in love with someone, perhaps you are, there's an old or a past relationship that's coming to the forefront for you, and you're asking yourself questions like why. That could be that, or it could be now, because the Knight of Wands speaks to me of the Knight of Wands energy is this Sagittarius energy. Is like a one night fling relationship or a casual relationship. Very sexual, very sensual, very spontaneous kind of person in your life. Why is this showing up here? So it could be that you've had a relationship and it's been very hypersexual, I guess, and some of you are missing the old, traditional relationship of having more than just that as part of it, but being also intimate in a heart matter kind of way, talking. Maybe some of you have lost that connection, and now it's just become more carnal. Obviously not every single Virgo, but just because she's here, and that's what I feel here. But let's see. The challenge is the Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups is having a lot of options in front of you, which explains this Knight of Wands. But it's also a daydreaming. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but there's a few scenarios here, but there is some scenarios of some of you really want love. Some of you really want to find your one true love. and you keep falling into the arms of people that are fully alive, very outgoing, very like hypersensual, very open. And yet this card is showing up as a challenge. Speaks to me like you almost need to keep your options open. Like, be careful of what you wish for, Virgo, because the Ten of Swords is in the root of this. Wow, this is like so interesting to me. It's so interesting because I feel like there's like I know Virgo, so I know that you are as much as any sign like loves to have sex, I guess. Virgos are seeking something a bit more intimate, a bit more connection with the person. It's not only about the what goes on in the sheets kind of thing. It's a lot more. And the Ten of Swords here is this energy of guilt and sadness and anxiety and stress and all these, like, you're holding on to a lot of that. It impedes you from moving into relationships, because you're always like the Seven of Cups could be like you're always looking for something else in that relationship. Like you're gonna find something that is not working. You're gonna find something that is like, you know, that's pissing you off. You're gonna find something that is not really aligned with everything that you want in a relationship. There's that. But there's also some of you that need to pay attention to this reading, because a lot of you might not be, you're settling for what's in front of you instead of what instead of like going with what you really want in a relationship. Wow, this is really intense. Okay, what's coming? The Sun. It's beautiful. To me, I feel like with the Sun coming in the future, what's coming? I feel like some of you, there's like a few parties here. Some of you are having to really look at the current relationship you're in and really ask yourself the tough questions, like, is he or she really aligned with me? Is this really what I want in a relationship? Tick, tick, tick. Does it tick all your boxes? Or is like the sensual, right? Because we get caught up in the sensuality of everything. We get caught up, oh, it's the best sex I've ever had, or whatever, and then you get lost in really what it is that you want. I feel like you tend to, like, it's overthinking, like over analyzing, right, Virgo? But in this sense, like, the root is that it's almost like maybe you need to do a little bit of more research when it comes to your relationship right now. If you're single, there's this desire to be with many men. I see, or many women. Like I see that you are like playing the field. You're or enjoying yourself. You know, now that everything is lifted and everything, so everyone's like that, and you have all the options, and it's great. But there's a part of you that still seeks that, like, soulmate. There's some of you that have had like trouble recently in relationships where perhaps the man or the woman was not as serious as you, and has made you spiral into like a overthinking, over anxious, over. And it's like, stop with the overthinking it all, right? It's like, it's time to come into yourself, and it's time to come into your heart and really ask yourself, what is it that you want in a relationship? Who is it that will align with me? Why would I waste my time on someone who is not aligned with me? Why am I wasting my energy thinking about this person that is not aligned with me? If he or she is like playing the field, I don't want that. I want this, right? Or if, like, in all the scenarios that we're at, it's really all about you finding your true essence of what a relationship is for you. What makes you shine deep inside? What makes your soul light up? That is where you're heading towards. This is where you need to start to focus more on you. The sun is the Leo card. It's the self card. It's like, where do I need to be in this relationship? What do I need to focus on? Why am I focusing all on him or her? Why, like, like, that is that feeling I'm getting for all of you. So even if you're single or if you're in a relationship or whatever, but focus on what it is you want, and that is what you will attract. So the future is the moon. I can't, you guys. You never make anything easy for me. The moon is like that deep intuition, right? Listening to your intuition, but it's also that deep wounding inside you. A deep hurt. Like, it's so interesting. What's coming is a divine masculine energy. What's in the future is the divine feminine energy. So you're really honing in on both energies, which is kind of beautiful to me. There's this feeling of you like moving into action, like taking action, getting exactly what it is that's on your checklist, kind of thing, and getting that. If one tick box is not checked, then that's something you need to pay attention to. No settling, but going into this with flaming desire, yes, but with more of a practical sense, like you are. Because the future with the moon card is like, you have to listen to your intuition, listen to your heart, listen to the soul. What is it telling you? Stop listening to the ego. Stop listening to your loins, right? Stop listening to like your the external of. The moon is moving into your internal. You're moving into your feelings. The advice. Wow, what is this advice card? The Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords in a normal like tarot deck is like revenge, hollow revenge kind of thing. But in this one, the good tarot, you see, she is flying up high above the issues. So I'm almost feeling like this Five of Swords showing up here is asking you to fly up high above your angst, your worries, your anxieties, your stresses. But be careful, Virgo. This is my like advice to you. If I look at the cards as a whole, I feel like some of you, I feel like a lot of you really want that one true love, or that relationship, that solid relationship that encompasses everything for you. But knowing who you are, you're not one to just accept one thing and let go of the rest, right? You need it all. And so be discerning and be picky. And if it's not really working out in one area, then let it go and release it, because there's this feeling here that I have deep in my gut that there's something some of you are not paying attention to, and you're not following your authenticity. You're like piggybacking on your partner's wants and needs, and you're forgetting about your own. So it's time to hone in on that, on what it is you want, and rise above it, and rise above all the other shit in your life. Excuse me, all the other like crapola that it's trying to hang on to you, kind of thing, or the people in your lives that are like these partners that are like persuading you to stay with them for their own reasons. But pay attention to your own. And if this is what you want, then this is what you need to focus on for you. I don't know if this made sense. I feel like it makes sense to me in my head. So if this didn't resonate, just check your rising and your moon. And Virgo, there's a few scenarios in here, but I needed to express them all. Just trust yourself. Trust the soul and listen to that. Don't get railroaded, because you can easily get railroaded. Every person can get easily railroaded, but just pay attention to what's happening around you in these relationships. That's what I want to leave you with. All right, I'm doing a 2023 annual giveaway that awards you a 2023 reading. So all you need to do is leave comments every week, and I will enter your names in the giveaway, and at the end of the year I will award someone this reading. I love you, and I will see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Libra. We got, have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. Have the courage to be free. So it speaks volumes, because freedom is exactly where we're at right now in our lives. But where are you, Libra, holding on to? What are you holding on to that you're feeling trapped? Where are you holding on to that you're attaching to something that's keeping you that's holding you back from something greater? There's this feeling here of you're imprisoning yourself almost. You're feeling like there's some people in relationships that are being led by sexual desire, I guess. And it's like, you know that freedom begins where desire ends, right? Like it's are you like it's time to question your relationships. Maybe there is some issues there in bed or with your partners, or there's this feeling of, I don't know, I'm getting a feeling that some of you are feeling trapped. I don't know, I'm getting that feeling. So let's see what is going on actually in your reading. So we have Patience, which is Temperance card, which is a Sagittarius card in your past energy. Patience is, but it's also like a balance of harmony, balance of emotions. Let's see what's the present. The present is the Knight of Earth, which is a Virgo energy. Okay, so let's see. There's a challenge, the future, the root, what's coming, and the advice card. So with this freedom here, and we have temperance. Oh, okay. So in the past, you have been the Libra, which makes sense. You've been this balance, right? You've been the one to take care of everybody in your life, make sure that everybody's happy, find that balance with friends, family, your partners, at work, play, however you is. However you is. What is that? However you do. And there's this feeling here of there, I don't know, I'm just like, because when I look at the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is like a very routine kind of life too. It's very slow and steady wins the race kind of feeling, but it's, I almost feel like you're some of you are giving your power away to people in your lives, and that's where this courage to be free is. Like you're living a little bit status quo. You're living, like you're always trying to find peace in every situation. We all know that you don't like confrontation, and there's this like, I don't feel like you're happy. That's the feeling I'm getting here. So let's just look at the challenge. Is the Hangman. Hangman. It's very interesting. The Hangman is a challenge because there's some of you that have this you're wanting to make a big change in your life. You're holding on to how you used to be as a couple, how you used to be as a family, or my old friendships, or well, I really like my job like 5 years ago, 1 year ago, 3 months ago, but I'm not there anymore, right? Because we're all changing, we're all moving into new energy. So that's where you're at, and you're not happy with it. You're not happy with moving along in the same kind of energy. And this Hangman as a challenge shows up, and it's like you're tired of hanging around, right? Because the Hangman is the reverse. You've been the calm one, the patient one. You've been the one to like take things slowly, try to understand how everybody else is feeling, how everybody else is doing in your life. Like you're too focused on everyone else right now and not yourself. And this is why this is showing up. This is like, it's time to step back and to look at it, Libra. Why are you trapping yourselves in this situation? Why are you it's enough. Like your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your friends, why does it need to stay the same? It's time to detach from it. It's time to be free of it. But you're holding on really tight. What's the root of it? The Two of Swords. Two of Swords energy is that energy of like blindfolding yourself and not looking at not looking at the choices that you need to make, because you're like, no, I'd rather just live blindly like this, in blind faith, or I'd rather just live where there's not too much issues, right? I don't want to be dealing with conflict right now or ever. And that's where you're at right now. Wow, man. This is so Libra. Anyways, this is so crazy. It's like you're almost the Two of Voices is you, by the way, Libra, which is interesting. There's like a feeling of you like, you can see she's like wanting to set herself free. What's coming, wow, is Temperance, which is this card, which is balance of harmony, I keep saying harmony, right? Balance of emotions, which is mastery as well. Interesting to me. This is very interesting. It's almost like it's it's exactly what this is all showing me here, is that you're living a life of you're riding the wave in all your areas of your life, and you're very comfortable that way. And this one is saying you have the courage to be free. Like it's time to liberate yourself from this. Why are you holding on to everyone else's stories? It's time to become your own master, right? It's time to balance your own emotions. You keep holding on to the past, and it's like not gonna get you where you want to be at all, Libra. You're holding on. And your future card is the Page of Fire, which is freaking awesome. There's a Page of Wands, which is like exploring a new, like jumping into something completely new. This is like a Fool card to me. Like, look at it. It's very creative, expressive. It's like taking that step into the unknown. Taking that step into something completely different that you're actually doing right now. Because right now I see it very boring and mundane. And maybe some of you are having a time of your life right now, but you're still living within the confines of a box. You're not willing to step outside of it because it will cause a ripple. And you're not, that's not where you're fearing this unknown. And it's time to embrace it. It's time to jump into something new. And you know what, Libras, you have that in you to do that. You're very open-minded. You're very like free, right? But a lot of you are free within your own prison, within your own box. Because after that, that means you have to deal with conflict. You have to deal with confrontation. You have to deal with like people talking to you, trying to figure out what it is your problem, and then you have to come up with solutions, right? You don't have to come up with any solutions. You just have to be you, authentically you. And the Page of Wands is asking you for that, asking you to step outside. Wow, your advice is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is that card that you usually see with the man lying down with like fucking 10 swords stabbed in his back, and that's your advice card. It's time to get yourself out of all these feelings of angst and grief and sadness and depression, and it's not enough to be living in the external world, Libra. You live in an external reality where everything is fun. I went out, I had partied, I ate really good food, I danced, da, da, da. But you're not working on your internal, and you're trapping yourself. And that's why the Page of Fire that's why the Ten of Swords is here. Like, you're trapping yourself in all of it. You're keeping yourself down. Instead, you need to be exploring. Like, what is your soul saying to you, Libra? Is your soul saying it's time to get up and go? Okay, so go. And the partner, your friend, your family, whatever wants to come with you, let them join you. But not because you force them, but you're needing to go. We're so caught up in our own lives, and we don't realize that we're not here for, this journey is not about us only. We're here as a one whole consciousness, trying to move through these densities, trying to get rid of all these densities. I know it's really difficult and challenging to hear that, but it is what it is. And when you start to listen more into the soul, to the heart, it changes your whole life. Because you're following, your soul knows everything that you need to do. Not this. It's not about partying. It's not about eating at restaurants. It's not about all this fluff. It's about going in here. And for me, Libra, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like a lot of you Librans need to hear this message, and you need to start, because there's something waiting for you outside of this little trap that you're in. This is not where you need to be right now. You need to be like stepping outside of something. There's something much greater waiting for you. So that is the message of the week, Libra. And this is what you're going to get from me. If you're new here, I am very honest and I don't pitter-patter around things. So if this didn't resonate, check your rising and your moon. Also, if you leave a comment every week until the end of December, I'm going to pull a 2023 annual reading as a giveaway prize. All right. I love you, and I will see you next week, hopefully. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Happy birthday to you. So, we got this gorgeous card. The love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. 26. Beautiful energy here. This is, I mean, like I said in Instagram, I believe in dragons and the phoenix. I believe in everything. I believe in unicorns. I believe in everything because that's just a part, like the fact that we don't believe in them is just part of the inverted matrix that we live in, the illusion. The dragons have been coming out and we are going to start to see them. But the fact that the dragon is here with you, a lot of us have dragon spirit guides or guides around us. I do. I have a dragon that's been with me for millions of years. So I'm sure that you do too. You just have to reach out to them. Because for me, the realm of your truth is opening up. Speaks like about dragons are all about being authentically them, right? They are who they are. They like roar or they don't roar. They just whatever. And there's this feeling of a lot of you have been hiding. I feel like this is a card of it's time to be you with your like little scorpion claws and all. You are who you are. It's time to love yourself for who you are. Like not having to be someone else for everyone else around you, because all these other people around you are actually part of your journey. They're here to teach you lessons. They're here to uncover who you really are. And it's time to let go of these stories. I just got an aha moment saying that, so that's really nice. Okay, so the past energy is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is like juggling between two worlds, juggling between your old self, your new self, juggling between your jobs, the job that you do and the thing that you really want to do, juggling, between your people in your life. It's like all these situations in your life that you that are there for you, right? That are like money, perhaps, whatever, because Pentacles is about stability, but it could be a whole bunch of things. So let's just look, because it's past energy. A lot of you have been having to make decisions about something. So the present is the Hermit, which is a Virgo energy. Let's go. The challenge, the future, the root, what's coming, and the advice. Okay, a little sneak peek there. I should just open it. Your challenge is the Three of Swords. So let's look at these three right now. The Hermit card speaks this is dragon energy. The Hermit speaks of being a leader in the dark, right? Being the wise one, the sage one. And this is you becoming authentically you. And I'm not saying that you're the only sage one in all the zodiac. We're all sage. We all have wisdom in our hearts that we don't listen to. We are all on this journey with a lot of wisdom in our hearts that that you're not listening into because of this hurt, because of some old grief, pain, sorrow, heartbreak. Someone in your life has hurt you to keep you down, has kept you trapped, like a Libra, a little bit. You guys, if you have Libra in your thing, I feel like a lot of you are almost afraid to release yourselves. You're almost afraid to speak up, almost afraid to say what you feel, almost afraid to be authentically you, Scorpio. And I know some Scorpions are watching like, no, I'm real, I am me. But there are some situations maybe in your life or people in your life where you don't, where you shut that clamp down and you don't say it because you know that this person will feel bad about blah blah blah, right? And it's like it's time to stop that, because the dragon doesn't softly come on to land on the earth. Doesn't if he needs to breathe fire into your face, he will, right? Because he's angry at something. There's that feeling that is what is needed, but he's also caring and loving and has very the golden dragon tribe is what is awakening within all of us too. So there's this feeling of stepping into your power kind of thing. And a lot of you have been ruled by people in your lives because they just know how to hold you down. And it's kind of as it establishes itself into an insecurity on your part, or you're or you could have dealt with death in your life, or you're holding on to grief and you're like, oh, I can't say this about my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, blah 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 blah, because then it would hurt everyone else. There's just this I feel like you're walking on eggshells. You're you almost prefer to be depressed, to be in pain, to be sad. A lot of us have lived in that darkness and thought that we thrived in it, which is fine, because that is part of who we are, right? But it's in accepting these emotions, because all these emotions are programmed within us, right? It's all the ego, it's all the mind. It's your heart doesn't feel emotion, and it's something we don't understand, that it doesn't feel emotion. It just knows, it just is. And the Three of Swords speaks of all these emotions that are bottled up inside of us because we fear speaking up or sharing it because of other people or because of this. And it's just be that authentic self of yours, be that leader that we're seeking from you, Scorpio, and express yourself. Just say it. And it doesn't have to come in anger, it doesn't have to come in hostility or rage. That, I told you at the very beginning of this, if you didn't listen to it, is to punch that into a pillow. Release your anger for sure, but not on someone else, because someone else is your mirror. Everybody is a mirror in your life. Everybody's there to teach you something. So if someone is bringing up this rage, this sorrow, it's to pay attention to it. And that, I almost feel like this is the beautiful for you. This is a lesson here. Three of Swords is a challenge. It's more of the mirror in front of you, coming up over and over and over again, and you keep rejecting it because you keep saying, oh, no, I'm just gonna walk very slowly to the shores, and I'm gonna go back into the water. And you're like, no. That the root of this is the Five of Cups, which is Scorpio. Just saying. That is the deep-seated wounds and trauma, that you have, that you carry with you all the time. You feel this inherent need to hold on and bury your trauma, when it's no, man. It's over. That is an old energy, first of all. And what are you carrying around? What are you doing, Scorpio? It's time to shatter those mirrors if you have to, but you have to bring them up. Bring those mirrors up. Really look at everyone in your life and really understand why they trigger you so much. Every time they trigger you, you bring up the mirror and you say, okay, what is it? Why are they doing this to me? It's not like, why are they doing this to me, but why is this happening to me? I need to understand. I need to face it. I need to forgive it, release it, but truly do it. Because if you don't, if you do it just like that, then it's going to come up again, over and over and over again. Our goal is to detach ourselves from these emotions, but not in a like cold manner, because becoming neutral, it doesn't mean that we're like cold, people, reserved. It means that we're not judgmental. It means that we're not picking sides. It means that we're not feeling the sadness or the pain. We're seeing it for what it is and saying, okay, I understand it. It's come here to show me this lesson. What's coming is the Page of Emotions, the Page of Cups, which is a new beginning. A new beginning in love, perhaps a new relationship coming in, but a new way of seeing things, a new way of indulging in life, being more. This page is like Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, right? You're showing up again in your card, but in a lighter way, in a more open-minded kind. Not that you're closed-minded, an open way. Like, instead of diving deep into like these things that you keep suppressing, you keep holding it back, and the dragon is coming out and saying, no, we're releasing all this fire. We're going to release all this water too. It's time to say goodbye to these emotions that keep you down, Scorpio, that keep you in this like what Scorpio is. All these zodiac signs, we need to release ourselves from all of these things as well. At one point, we are not these things. We are not the labels and the identities. We are needing to move into something completely new. The Page of Cups coming in is like there's a new way to look at things in life, and like go into your heart and go into your soul and really trust trust it. Trust what it's saying to you. Trust what your soul is saying to you. Because your mind is making you feel angry and making you feel sad and making you feel nostalgic and making you feel depressed, and it's making you feel guilty and making you feel all of this is your mind. That's what our whole goal here is, to empty our vessel of all of that crap and move into neutrality. And move into a place of like, I see now what is going on. I still love deeply. And I still like, obviously anger comes up every once in a while, but I have to move into like, it's becoming aware. It's awareness. So your future is the Two of Wands. Just so interesting. Your past was the Two of Pentacles, you juggling something, and your future is the Two of Wands. Like I can't even, like I just thought like I'm talking very general, but it's like I can't even pinpoint like a specific situation here for you, and it has to be more personal to you. So like I said, it could be a relationship, a family, friends, a partner, whatever, but it's really all about you and your inner work with the Hermit showing up, this like the key to your wisdom, the key to your heart is by you releasing yourself from all of this. And the future is the Two of Wands. It's like here, the Two of Pentacles, you're like trying to make decisions on what do you do, and the Two of Wands is like, okay, the crossroads is here, I'm making this choice, kind of thing. It's like a choice. Even though choices, right, we have to be careful of the way we choose. Are we choosing right, wrong, bad, good? No, we're just choosing the path that you're on, and the path that is calling you is to like move into something different than holding on to past, holding on to old traumas and old stories and old like wounds. Is moving into something new, and your advice is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is freaking amazing. The Four of Wands is like marriage and celebration and success and accomplishment and abundance. Like, I just feel like, Scorpio, what's happening here, like, it's all like a lot of you guys, like, these 4 cards have been very intense. It's like you're at a crossroads in your life, Scorpio, where it's time to let go of this old story. It's time to let go of all these mirrors that you're attached to. Like, look at it like that. Like, you're attached to this mirror, this mirror, this mirror, this mirror. And it's time to release yourself from that. If you look at the bigger picture, like I've said to a few signs today, is like we're one world consciousness. One, like, so whatever you're feeling, all the anger that you're feeling inside of you comes out, and we feel it too. So if you suppress and you repress everything, we will feel it eventually. So it's our duty, it's our responsibility to release it all, each and every one of us, so that we can all live in harmony. But everybody who keeps everything inside, all this pain and suffering inside, because you think it's for the greater good, and it's because the people around you can't handle the truth. Well, the dragon has come and said it's time to release the fire. You're not here to hold on to any of this. We're here to empty our vessel of all of the density. It's time to move into this new, exciting adventure that's coming up. Maybe for you it's like moving into a relationship. Maybe for you it's moving into like a new job, or even a new place of residence. I just feel like it's like, there's like the ocean here, so maybe some of you moving to the sea. I don't know what it is, but there's a feeling here that the Two of Fires, the future, is the choice that is gonna be made, and it's gonna be amazing. So it's like we're all going through this crap right now for the future to be like open and a change. Like, you're in the Scorpio season here. It's all about change, rebirth. So pay attention to your dragons. Actually, if you believe, then you can reach out to them and say, I'd like to know who my dragon is, and if they have messages for me. Boom, it'll happen. You trust and you believe. All right. So, because it's your birthday season, today I'm going to give you a little extra card reading. I'm going to do the angel answers. So you can ask 3 questions. Okay, be generous today for you. And I will give you 3 answers. So, question 1. Question 2. Question 3. So the answer to your question number 1 is, if you haven't thought of your questions, pause. I'll be here. Is remain positive. Your number 2 is ask your angels. Wow. You can look at you guys. And number 3 is trust. So trust your soul. You saw that I didn't pick these things. This is exactly what I would say to you. Ask your angels, ask your guides, ask your dragon. Remain positive, ask your angels, and trust. Love it. All right, my beautiful Scorpions. I hope you have a great birthday season. in a week, if it's your birthday. And I will see you next week. Check your rising and your moon for extra messages. Also, I'm doing a giveaway for the end of the year for 2023 annual readings. So every week in November and December that you place a comment, I will put you in the giveaway. All right. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. We got release your creative energies. Make use of them in your life. I mean, we hope that you make use of them. So this speaks like strongly to me as a Sagittarius moon, but also because I know a lot of Sagittarians out there that are very creative, that are entrepreneurs, who are out there trying to make something of themselves. This is feeling to me is like some of you are maybe doubting yourselves on making the next step, making the next move of where you want to go, how you want to change up your life a bit. Maybe some of you are like stuck in a routine and it's just not working for you, Sagittarius, right? We all know that you like to change. You're always in this process of making changes in your life, but some of you maybe are stuck. So come on, let's get this creative juices going and let's get these things happening. So let's see what's going on with you. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is an interesting energy. The past energy of coming together, collaborating, working with people, studying perhaps. Let's see. The present is the King of Wands, which is a Leo energy. It's your challenge, the future, the root, what's coming, and the advice. So let's look right away. Three of Pentacles, King of Fire, and your challenge is the Hermit. So there's this feeling of, oh, maybe like in the past maybe you were in business with other people, maybe you worked with other people, and it worked for you. But now with the King of Fire, I feel like you're entering into a new phase of your life where you are taking things in your own hands, kind of thing, and you're launching yourself into a new business, or you're launching yourself as a motivational speaker, or you're launching yourself as a TikTok personality or an influencer or whatever. You're just moving into something more that's close to your heart. In the past, you've done things, Three of Pentacles is very dry, like you've done things very methodically. You worked well together as a group or as a team or as that, but now you're feeling this need to branch off on your own. And the challenge is the Hermit, and the Hermit is this wise one, the sage, right? The Hermit. You're challenged by the Hermit. So probably some of you are theoretically wanting to do these things, like go out on your own and do something great and start your own business, do this and this. But inherently, there's a part of you that is wanting to stay in. It's wanting to maybe go back to this kind of life where someone else was taking care of things, right? Like maybe go back to, I don't know, this is very interesting. So the Hermit is like, is challenging you almost. It's like, because there's parts of you that want to hold back and not put yourself out into that spotlight, want to maybe collaborate with someone else, maybe that, and the King of Wands like, no, let's do this. What are you waiting for? Let's like release these creative energies. Let's get going. Let's get moving. The King of Wands, Leo, is spontaneous. Maybe there's a Leo helping you out and you're retracting from that Leo. That could be that. But let's see. What's at the root of this? The Four of Wands. Which is an Aries energy. The Four of Wands, I mean, the Four of Wands is a beautiful energy, by the way. It's like accomplishment, success, like marriage, coming together, like a tribe coming together. There's like this feeling of working closely. So there's all this, the Three of Earth. Okay, I get it. So there's this like part of you, Sagittarius, that's really, you're fearing this branching off on your own. You're fearing this next step. You're fearing moving into whatever it is that you're moving into. You're hesitating on it because maybe a little part of your heart and your soul is telling you otherwise. Maybe you are not listening closely to that, and you're listening more to that King of Fire within you, which is that impulsive part of you. But there's like at the root of it all, at the root of it all, it's like you actually think you work better as a team. So maybe this is actually telling you to, it's interesting, to you can work on your own, but maybe find someone to be a silent investor, or maybe find someone to help you with the accounting part, or maybe someone to help you with, you know, like delegate. Like find someone that's going to encourage you, but at the same time leave you alone. There's that feeling here, because that independence here is speaking clearly to me. But the Hermit is more the aloneness, like you're almost wanting to be alone. But the King of Fire within you, or maybe a King of Fire around you, is like saying, no, man. It's time to break free. It's time to break out. But like a little part of you wants to be with others. So it's interesting here. Interesting. What's coming? The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is that moment you break out on your own. That you finally take that step and you go. Like you see there's like an interruption in the dominoes here. It's like normally the dominoes you just ploop, and it would like follow the thing, but here you're interrupting that dominoes like natural way of doing things, and here you're like taking the detour that you need to do. Interesting, Sagittarius, what's going on in your life right now. So some of you are like fighting, actually. There's an inner battle within you. You're like wanting to do this, wanting to branch off on your own, wanting to do something that you've always loved to do, that you've always been passionate about. And this little part of you keeps holding you back, because it's almost like you can't do this alone. Why you're like, you can't, you know, like you're better off with other people, like, I don't know. And you're challenged because you're almost like, yeah, maybe they're right. Maybe I need to like not be alone in this, right? Maybe like there's a fear stopping you. The beautifuls. And the future is the Ace of Air, Ace of Swords, which is get clear, it's clear communication. It's time to step into that new, that very is foreign to you. Step outside of this comfort zone. It's time to get there. Like there is a new opportunity coming your way with this Ace of Swords, 100%. You are going to be almost handed over something that you're going to be like, what? You know, like a new path that's going to open for you, and you're going to be like, okay. And it's like the Leo, the King of Fire, is like, let's do this. What are we waiting for? It's time to release your creative energy. It's time to move into this. Stop holding on to what was and what you used to do and how you used to do it, and it was really comfortable for you. There's a feeling of like new. Ace of Swords coming in. I love it. Wow. This is amazing. And your advice card is the Call, which is the Judgment card, which is the Scorpio energy, which is the awakening energy. This is the last card before the World. This is that moment of aha moment that you have in your life where you're like, okay, this is what I need to do. So Sagittarius, what's happening right now is that you're in a little bit of a struggle. It's fine. You're struggling with like your past and how you used to do things, and it's normal that you always get into those situations where you're like, well, I used to work really well in the team. I used to work really well with groups or with a partner or whatever it is. And there's a part of you that is pushing you and urging you to just jump and go and do what it is that's in your heart right now. Because when you do make that jump, whatever it is, that Ace of Swords energy is like, hey, we're here. So that's the whole trusting the process and trusting the soul kind of thing. You're needing to listen, because this call card, the Ace of Swords energy here, facing this call card saying, yes, you are moving into your mastery. You're moving into where you need to be. Now, this is the rebirth. Oh, the birth, like a new of you. A new you is moving in. And it's time to say goodbye to your old you. Stop attaching to what was. I feel like everybody's getting the same message, and move into this new. Even if you have to break the domino effect. You have to make a hole in something. You have to, I almost feel you have to do that for yourself. You have to break apart that old part of you and move into this, because something is coming in. And get ready, because it's going to be life changing. It's like completely life altering with this Judgment card right here. This is really beautiful. And here it's like beautiful. Everything is beautiful in this energy here, but there's just that feeling of you holding on tightly. And maybe you're holding on to a Leo in your life, or an Aries, or another Sagittarius in your life. And maybe you're holding on to a Virgo. There's something you're holding on to because you're afraid to let go. The Virgo is like, let's hold on to what's safe. Let it go, Saggy. I mean, you're good at that. Now it's like, literally let it go. Take that detour. It's freaking amazing energy. I love it, Saggy. We're back on track. All right. All right. I love you so much. I will see you next week. Check your rising and your moon. Also, I'm giving a giveaway for 2023 annual reading at the end of December. So every week until then, if you leave a comment, I will enter you into the giveaway. All right, my beautifuls. I will see you next week, and have a good one. Enjoy the new moon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Capricorn. So we got the time is right. I just realized you have an 11. Beautiful divine number. Seize the day and make progress on your soul path. I mean, this is a freaking amazing energy to get. The time is right for you to make that decision when it comes to your job, when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your home, when it comes to travel, whatever it is. There's just there's a really good feeling with the 11 number here showing up, that you're being divinely guided with this path, this change that's coming. So let's see what is going on with you. I can't speak. What is going on with you? In the past, we have a 3 of Swords energy. So the 3 of Swords energy is heartbreak, grief, pain, sorrow, depression, sadness. Like some of you have had to deal with maybe a loss of a loved one. Maybe some of you, or many loved ones. Maybe some of you have had to deal with understanding of or just seeing people for really who they are. It's heartbreaking to see that sometimes. So there's been some sort of pain, sadness in your past. In the present, we have the Page of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Page of Swords energy is kind of beautiful because it's you. Look at her. She feels liberated. It's almost like you moving into something completely new. You wanting to put behind this pain, this sadness that maybe has been overtaking you, that's been keeping you down, keeping you from making this new move. This is like a new opportunity coming in. Could be a new job, it could be a new home. Like I say, it could be something like very, the time is right, right? This is it. Like something, you're being handed something on a silver platter almost. I like it for you. So let's see the challenge, the future, the route, what's coming, and the advice. Your challenge is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups is an energy of new love coming in, or a solidification of love, or maybe some of you are trying to have a baby and it's like a little bit difficult right now. Definitely some issue when it comes to love. So it's like, could be an existing relationship. If you're single, it could be something from the past. It almost feels like you are, to me it feels like you're ready for a new, you're ready to make a move, Capricorn, because you've had you've dealt with a lot of grief, or you've dealt with heartbreak, or you've dealt with like a lot of pain. And you're being given like a new route. You're being given a new path is opening up for you, and you're struggling with this Ace of Cups because you're like have a like you're attached to someone in your life. You're attached to a job or studies, but you're attached to your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your partner, your boss, your friends, whatever. And that attachment is not allowing you to move onto the right path. This is huge, Capricorn. Right. But that Page of Swords speaks really strongly to me. It feels like there's something being given to you and you're rejecting it. You're rejecting it because you're afraid to lose this person, this situation. So at the root of it is, the Empress in reverse. The Empress is an energy card, is a card of mother energy, strong woman, a female, divine feminine energy, but it's in reverse. So it could be a vindictive person, female in your life, someone you may have crossed paths with in a conflictual way. It could be like, I really feel like there's some woman, female in your life that is holding you back. I mean, it could also be that your husband or your husband cheated on you. Sorry if that happened, because you're holding on to something. But it doesn't have to only be that, because the Empress is here. The Empress is a mother energy as well. It could be your mother. Maybe some of you have issues with your mother, or with your exes or sisters, any female energy in your life. I'm going to stick to female because Empress is a divine feminine energy. There is a feeling of she is holding you back from making these decisions. And it could be conscious and it could be unconscious. It could be you, if you're a woman watching this, that you're holding yourself back from making these because you're too attached to these people in your life. Wow, man. What's coming is the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands speaks of making a decision, being at a crossroads and having to choose one or the other path. So it's really interesting what's happening here for you, Capricorn. Here you have the time is right, it's time to move on, like you have it, it's all there for you, but you're holding on to a hurt. You're holding on to grief of someone that you've lost, perhaps a female in your life, or you're holding on to a old relationship from a long time ago, or an old friendship. You're holding on to something that is very deep, like really deep into your heart, that you haven't been able to let go. And the source and God and creator is handing you over this new opportunity to open into something new, and you're just rejecting it. And some of you might not even know that you're rejecting it consciously, but you are. And it's for you to start to pay attention to these signs, and actually to understand what this page of air is. What is this like new opportunity, this new communication, perhaps could even be communication, like is opening up. Maybe someone is wanting to come in to talk to you about something, but you're like rejecting them. And the future is the King of Earth, which is the Taurus energy. But the King of Earth speaks of King of Pentacles, someone practical in your life, someone loyal in your life, someone who's always been there for you, someone who is entrepreneurial, financially sound, very maybe someone's going to help you on this path that you're taking, because they're dependable, right? It's that kind of energy, stable, resilient. I don't know, but I feel like here, Capricorn, is that you've been hurt. You've been really hurt by somebody. Someone has kind of strung you along. Someone has misguided you in your life. It could have been when you were younger. And it's like showing up again. And it's affecting your ability to make decisions. It's affecting your ability to see past situations, because you're being given opportunity to move into something fresh and new, and you're like guarding your heart, you're guarding yourself, and it's almost time, right? It's the right time. It's time to move into this new energy, but with I feel like there's someone around you that will help you through this, along with this, that can help you see clearly, perhaps, or it's you to step into your King of Earth energy. A King of Earth is Taurus, but it could be Capricorn, Virgo as well, right? It's that move in, get rooted again, get grounded again. It's time to let go of that which is holding you back, that which is hurting you, that's keeping you down, Capricorn, because there's something keeping you from moving into this new. And it's like an old hurt, an old disappointment, an old it's an old emotion, guilt, something you carry with you throughout your life, and you keep carrying with you, and now it's like it's enough. And it could have been passed on by a mother or a grandmother or a sister or someone like that in your life, a mentor who may have manipulated you, or may have condescended to you, or may have just kept you down. I feel like you may have a woman who has crossed you. It's just this really not a nice feeling here, Cappy. And I feel like you are being handed another chance to move into something new. So your advice is the Star card. It's freaking beautiful. Aquarius. And the star is your hopes and dreams coming true, right? Your star is like, it's time for you to step into the spotlight again. It's time for you to, like, Aquarius, be the rebel and step away from this energy that keeps holding you back all the time. So it could be a past relationship, it could be whatever it is. It's just this feeling, you're just I don't think you're unconscious about it, but it's there. It's there all the time, and it's time to, like, move forward. Pay attention to the opportunities being handed to you this week, Capricorn, or in the next few weeks, because the timing is right here. The time is right is amazing. It's like, it means that there is a chance for you, like you have opportunities, chances for you to change direction, to step away from this energy here that's holding you back. These two energies, I don't like them. They're like disempowering to me. Like someone has, like, taken away your power from you, and you've allowed it to happen over and over again, and it's time to release. It's time to step into your star position. This is really, really deep. You may have help from a Taurus or an Aquarius, or again, you might find yourself in a position where you need to re-ground yourself, reaffirm to yourself what it is that you want in your life, and look at the opportunities coming your way, because with the Star card as well, there will be, and they will be very, they won't be subtle. They'll be very, revolutionary almost. They'll be very, like, where did that come from kind of feeling. And you need to, like, pay attention and, like, take those opportunities as they come to you, and release yourself from this hold that this person has on you. All right, Capricorn, I hope this helped you. It was intense, but the time is right. So pay attention, because when the time is right and universe is saying that to you, that means it's time to pay attention. I love you. Check your rising and your moon. Also, I'm giving a 2023 annual tarot reading giveaway at the end of December. So every week as of November, when you leave a comment, I will put you in the giveaway and you'll have more chances to win. All right, I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. We have enter the temple of your truth and learn to value it. 19 card is a new beginning. So the enter in the temple of your truth, for me, it speaks of becoming your authentic self. So I've seen this throughout the card readings, but you have it as the actual overall energy. I feel like some of you are holding back on your true path, your truth, right? Like I said in Instagram, it's not your truth, my truth. Like, I believe in this and I believe in that. It's not about that. The truth is what's in your heart. What are you actually following? Your heart and your soul. Are you living where you need to be living? Are you in the relationship that you need to be in? Are you in this place? Are you in that place? Like, it's time to ask those questions and start listening in. So I'm curious to see what the reading of the week is for you. In your past energy, we have the 10 of Cups, which is happy as a Buddha. So we have a lot of happiness for you in this past energy, which is very beautiful. In the present, we have the 5 of Wands, which is a little bit of a personal struggle happening here. We have your challenge, your future, the root, what's coming, and the advice. So the challenge, let's get straight into it, is the Lovers in reverse. Lovers card in reverse. All right, so people, Aquarius. So what we have here is a 10 of Cups, happiness in your home, in your family, in your relationships, in your jobs, and whatever. Then we have the 5 of Wands showing up as your struggle, as your present, and it's a struggle. This is a competition, a struggle internal struggle within you, you sitting there and like trying to figure things out on your own and having all your problems just like float above you kind of thing. And with the Lovers, it just speaks to me of relationships, right? So some of you maybe have had really amazing relationships and now you find yourself at a crossroads in your relationship. Does Lovers always have to be about relationships? No, it could be a choice card as well. You're at a point in your life where you're making a choice in your life and you're having to decide, but I really, my job is really good, but is it really what I want to do? But my relationship is really good, but is it really who I need to be with? My home, I love my home, but is it really where I need to be living? Like, you know, it's all these questions, and that's what this is happening here for you guys. And you're stepping into your temple of truth right now. You are being, I feel like more and more of you, some of you are being like pushed into this, urged, like encouraged into this, and a lot of you might be doing this, like afraid of making this step because it's the unknown step, which is usually welcoming to most Aquarians, but perhaps in this moment it's not, right? There's a feeling here of you, that's what it is. I feel like you've all lived like a satisfactory life, like, or whatever, right? Like in this past weeks or months or years or lifetime, whatever, there's this feeling of you content with your life. And now you find yourself at this moment in time where perhaps you do feel this truth showing up now and saying, is it really what the job I want to be? Is it where I want to put my energy in? I really want to put my energy with this friend, this family member, this relationship? Do I want to put my energy in this city? Like, you know, it's all these choices that are coming up, and some of them are really difficult because they're challenging for you, because you're like, well, if I leave, then I leave my family behind. But are they really your family? That's the question, right? In this linear world, they are your family, but as we move into these different energies, you're going to start realizing that everyone's just a mirror. Everyone's here just to teach you a lesson. They're not really your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle. They've taken on these identities because that is what their role is for you at this moment in time. So if you look at that in a bigger picture like that, you're able to make your decisions a bit easier. You're able to just follow the heart. The heart is telling you to move, then it's time to move. It's not just coming up to you like this. So at the root of it is the Queen of Swords, which is a Libra energy, but Libra, Gemini, Aquarius is Swords energy. At the root of it is that you know what to do. That is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is this no bullshit queen that knows what she needs to do, that listens to her birds, that listens to her owl, that listens to her heart. She knows where she needs to go. She knows, like, and she does things without a care in the world. Like, she does things without, oh, but what if they're going to feel like this, and what if they feel like this, and maybe they don't, she doesn't do things for others but herself. And you might think, oh, well, that's very selfish. It's not selfish at all, because you're actually doing what you need to do. She's actually listening into her soul, because the soul knows what your next step is. And that is so amazing here. So what's coming for you is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a Taurus energy. It's a practical energy. It's a grounded energy. It's a rooted energy. It's a stable energy. It's financial stability. It's like dependability, loyal, faithfulness. Could be a Taurus in your life that's helping you through this transition, or a Virgo or a Capricorn. It's just this energy of, I kind of like this for you, Aquarius. It's like, because you're in this seesaw right now, and you're walking through the temple of truth, you're walking through your truths, and you're trying to figure out what it is that you like, where it is that you want to be in your life. And perhaps the universe, God, creator, source is handing you a loyal, dependable, faithful person to carry you into this next path, right? A Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but anyone else. It could be just someone in your life. That could be a male figure, it could be a female, whatever it could be. I just, king is for me is female, but like, again, like I said to someone else in this readings, that if I'm a physical vessel female, then my soul is a male, divine masculine. So doesn't matter. It's someone coming in to guide you onto the next path. So pay attention to this person that is completely different from you. Someone who doesn't think the same way as you, right? Because the earth sign is not an air sign at all. You are very mental. You're out there, where the earth is in the box kind of thing. So that's really interesting what's coming up for you. And in the future card is the 9 of Wands, which is a fire sign, which is kind of gorgeous. The 9 of Wands, you see her, she's holding these stars in this cave, like she's lighting her way in this darkness, in this unknown. I feel like that was what is being spoken to here. There is, oh, I scraped myself. There's an unknown piece here that you're actually fearing, which is unlike you. You usually jump into these things. But there is this part of you that is holding back and having a hard time and struggling with yourself, because you're being asked to really listen in, right? And enter the temple of your truth. Like, let's go into your temple of truth. Like, envision it if you can. Like, envision it. Go into this temple and ask yourself questions, right? And it's really like going into your heart. Just close your eyes and get clear, and at least for how many minutes you can empty out your mind and go into the heart and say, do I need to live in Greece? Yes. Do I need to live in Estonia? Yes. Do I need, like, ask your questions. Where do I need to leave the city? Yes. Where? It's all these questions. Like, it's a practice. And then when you get that question, it's time to make the move. It's not just to answer, oh, the question is yes, okay, and then just sit there and do nothing. That's why I feel like you're being guided, and maybe someone around you could help you through this process. And trust it. Trust it. Hold the light in that darkness. You will, like, I think messages will come to you. It's a really beautiful message for you, beautifuls. The Ace of Pentacles is your advice. I kind of like it because what's coming is the King of Pentacles, and here you have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a new financial abundance coming your way, a financial opportunity, a new job, a new home, a new something. So it's exactly what we're talking about here. So the advice is showing you that you are going to be granted this wish. You're going to be granted abundance. You're going to be granted whatever. But before you do, you have to actually listen into your heart, into the truth that's in your heart. So it's okay that you have led a happy life and it's great and it's content, whatever, but we need to continue living that life, but from our place of truth and not from a place of what everyone else thinks is great for you. So it's time to go into that inner Queen of Swords. I was going to say a bad word, but I won't. Inner Queen of Swords. And really trust yourself in the next few weeks and start listening in. Because this is a huge card to get. This is like God, divine source coming in, sweeping in, saying, hey, Aquarius, we're here. I'm here. It's time to listen to me. What are you waiting for? All right, this is the message for you. I hope this resonates, but this is great because feels like there's something coming. A lot of the signs have like a beautiful advice or future coming for them. So it's just a lot of work that we need to get through. We need to clear a lot of this density out of us. We need to start trusting in our heart to get to where we need to go. So check your rising and your moon for other signs. Also, I'm giving a 2023 annual giveaway reading giveaway at the end of December. So every week when you leave a comment, I will put you in the giveaway and you have more chances to win. All right, I love you and I'll see you next week, Aquarius. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Pisces. We got protect what you love. It is your duty and responsibility. So this, obviously, if you take it at face point, like whatever, anyways. Protect what you love, face value. Wow. Protect what you love is like protect your family, your friends, your animals, your pets, your trees, your plants, whatever it is, your home. Protect what you love because it is your responsibility because you are here with them, right? But it's also protecting yourself. Protect what you love is you love yourself, right? And you have the responsibility and accountability to protect what it is that you are giving to this world. A lot of Pisceans are very generous with their energy, with their love, with their money, with their whatever they have. They give, and then they get hurt in the end because it's not reciprocal or whatever. So this card is like protecting it, still doing whatever you want to do, but know why you're doing it. Like, why are you doing it? If it's for other people, then it has to be for you. But also it's a cute card. She's protected with her little dog and everything. So it's really beautiful, protecting what you love. I love it. Let's see what's going on with you. We have the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces. So you're showing up in your past energy. Let's see what it means. In the present, we have the Three of Cups, which could mean a lot of things. So, challenge, future, root, what's coming, and your advice. And your challenge is the Ace of Materials in reverse. The Ace of Materials is the Ace of Pentacles, which is what Aquarius got as an advice card, which is new financial opportunities coming, but it's in reverse. So when I see this, I see you as the loving, protective energy that you are in the past, that you've perhaps showered gifts to your loved ones. You're romantic, you're kind, you're generous. Like you take people out for lunches and suppers, like that kind of thing. I feel like that's what is the past showing me. And in the present, we have the same energy. It's like Three of Waters, like you socialize, you like to bring people together. There's also the Three of Cups could also be, I mean, obviously not every single Pisces, but also could be like if you are fornicating with other people other than your partners. That could be that as well. But I mean, it's just this like kind of it feels to me like there is this feeling of always coming together with others, people, like bringing in communities together. But your challenge is the Ace of Materials, which is Ace of Pentacles, which is like finances. And here I feel like maybe some of you do things out of your means, but you still continuously do it. Or there's maybe some of you are in the process of I don't know, there's a financial stumbling block here, I see. You are like going out and socializing a lot and spending a lot of money. I just feel like you're spending a lot of money. Whether you're socializing, maybe you're shopping a lot, there's a lot of expenditure here. And to be careful about it. That's what I feel. Protect your wallet, perhaps. My beautiful. At the root of it is death. Right? This Scorpio energy showing up here, which is where we are in Scorpio season. It's almost like you're afraid of change, Pisces. Really? You're afraid of, or the root of it is that you're not afraid of change, or that you want change. You really deeply want change. You want to move away from like this energy of always helping everyone else, which is fine to help everyone else. It's beautiful energy, but some of you are maybe realizing that being the one that's always paying for everybody, being the one that's overly generous, doesn't always work out in the end for you, because you get stuck here. There's a lot of energy that could be, like, there's a lot of different things happening here. It's a really strange energy, because it almost feels like some of you are loving and romantic, and you love to be with people, and you love to be around people, but the fact that the Ace of Pentacles showing up here, there's a little strain here, a financial strain. So either you're spending a lot of money on others, you're overspending somewhere in your life, and it might shoot you in the foot. So be careful. Is my advice here. Shift. The change is coming. Inevitably, it's going to come, and it might rock your world a little bit. Your finances. It might rock your party, social life as well. And what's coming is the Ten of Wands in reverse. So it's like the Ten of Wands is this release of burden. So in reverse means that you might feel the burden. You might feel this heavy burden on you. So I say that you need to be careful with how you are spending your money right now. So maybe protecting what you love is like really protecting how you share your love. And if it is because you spend it on others, or spend it on yourself, or spend it on food and drink and da 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 da, it's not in your best interest right now, Pisces. Because the future is the Emperor energy. That to me speaks control, manipulation, government, whatever. So it speaks to me of maybe what these low, like high interest rates coming in, all this change of this financial change that's coming towards us, right? We all know, because we all watch the TV, and they say about recession. They keep telling you about recessions. You keep believing it. So you're going to trickle that out into the collective. But since you're doing that already, that is what is happening. So there is some financial strain coming for you, Pisces. So maybe the Emperor showing up is maybe reach out to a financial investor, reach out to a check your stocks, like reach out to an accountant, reach out to someone around you that can maybe help you bring things back into order. This is an Aries energy, if that means anything to you. There is this feeling, or a father energy. Again, the Emperor is like a father, a grandfather, like that kind of energy, like older person, male in your life that you may need to seek out to help you hone in a little bit, because I feel like you are either you've spent a lot of money this summer, or you are spending a lot of money, and it's just going to get weightier and weightier if you don't scale back a bit. And your advice is the Eight of Cups, which is you, Pisces. Again, you showing up again twice in your reading. The Eight of Cups is like leaving something behind. like leaving behind that old social bunny that you are, right? Just because you need to like crack down a little bit on the finances. Be careful with any money dealings. I want to tell you that. If you are heavily into stocks and stuff like that, just make sure that things are aligned in your best interests. So there's just be careful about that, because you might have to make a move, you might have to make a change. It might, like this over expenditure, this over, like it might make you have to sell your home or leave your, like do something drastic in your life. So that is what's coming for you, Pisces. I didn't expect that from this card, but I guess it's your duty and your responsibility to take care of your finances, whether you're single or you're with people. Protect the people that you love. That is the message here. I know it's very specific, but I see it as being very specific, and I'm not gonna go out of it. I see it being very, it's almost time to take control of your finances, because there is some upheaval showing up here, and it's just best that you look into that or hone it all in. All right, my beautiful Pisces, this is my message for you this week. Check your rising and your moon for other messages. And also, I'm giving an annual 2023 tarot reading giveaway at the end of December. So every week when you leave a message, I will add you into the giveaway. And I will pull at the end of the year. Thank you, and have a great week.